Hey everybody, you're watching Cole the Corn Star. Hey, I have a request. If you enjoy our content, would you be willing to go down below and smack the like button on the video? Our goal is to get 50,000. Hey, this is just your 3-second reminder. Thank you. For our first project for today, Cooper, Zach, and I are going to be swapping out the skinny tires on one of our sprayers, and we're gonna be putting the fats on. When I'm talking skinnies and fats, these ones are the skinnies. They're about as wide as a boot. And then when I'm talking fats, these ones are about 2 boots. On our operation, we run a 2-pass weed control program. So we run a pre-plant pass, and then we run a post-plant pass. Right now, we have not planted anything, so we are looking at doing our pre-plant pass. And since we haven't planted anything, we don't have to worry about running anything over. So we put the fats on because they have more surface area on the ground and they cause less compaction out in the field, and they also make it where we have no rut, where the skinnies can make a rut. So that's why we're putting the fats on today. We're pretty excited for today because we get to use our new toys. We have the sprayer jack by the tire grabber. This is gonna lift up the sprayer, and then we have the actual tire grabber itself. And this tool is what we are absolutely the most excited for, because we should be able to put these tires on in about 5 minutes, where it used to take half an hour. Coop, how does this process compare to what you usually do?
Well, I feel safe standing under here, I know that.
To assist us for our first time using the sprayer jack and the tire grabber, we have Darcy. He's the inventor of the tire grabber, the owner of the company, is that correct?
That is, thank you very much, Cole.
And then we have Steve, his right-hand man, who I'm told is the brains of the operation.
Oh yeah, he's the one. If you got any problems, just talk to him.
Yeah. So Darcy said he wants us to lift the sprayer up off the ground and then push into the tire with the tire grabber and wiggle it around a little bit, because he says that this jack is not going to go anywhere. Looking at this thing, I don't doubt him, but we're still gonna give it a try. So as we can see, we have the sprayer off the ground right now. Cooper's using the hydraulic cylinders right now to grip onto the tire. You're actually flexing the rubber on the tire and it's doing nothing to the jack. No way, no way. I cannot say we have ever taken a sprayer tire off in 60 seconds before. But look at that, we just did. One of the tricks that we've learned is if you put anti-seize on this little plate here, as well as your lugs on the sprayer, it helps keep everything from rusting to your hub. We've had them rust in the past before, and then you're beating on this with a wedge and a sledgehammer for like 2 hours, and it's super annoying. We don't want to do that again, so we're just taking the measures now. Here we go with spat number 1. The thing that makes this tire grabber extra special is this actually spins. And so if we're not perfectly lined up with the lugs, we can just push on this, and then you can turn the tire exactly how you need it to get it lined up to the lugs, so then everything goes in. So like right here, we need to turn it about 1 inch. So Darcy's pulling the pin right now on the back side. He's doing the turn. Look at this. Getting it lined up. Look at that. Oh my goodness, wow. Give it a shake. We're gonna time this one. It's 11:34. $11:44. That took 10 minutes to take off and put on. And honestly, this is probably the second sprayer tire I've ever changed in my life.
When me and Zach push it, before we could do this in an hour. I'm pretty sure we could probably do this in 30 minutes now.
Darcy, Steve, I have a thanks to give that I didn't need to know that I needed to give, but where's this been our whole lives? Why didn't you invent this a long time ago?
Well, when it's the right time, it's the right time, and we're so thankful to be able to work with you guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Steve, you're a man of few words right now.
I'm just happy to be here.
So Darcy, is the tire grabber just designed for sprayers, or could I also use it for a tractor, or what are my applications?
Oh yeah, I initially started it for the sprayers because I was a custom sprayer. So that's where I started out with from the humble beginnings, and just to make it safer, but soon realized that you can use it for your tractors, for your grain carts. They got big wheels, your air seeder carts, construction equipment, you know, anything, skidders, forestry equipment, anything with big tires on it like that would work great. Like, it just makes it so much easier and safer. Yep.
I have a favor to ask. If you know anybody who changes a lot of tires or works in construction where they work on tires or in a tire shop, could you please show them this video so that way they can see the tire grabber? I think this thing will save so many people so much time. It's way safer, and then it's also so much less wear and tear on your body. Cooper and I are looking forward to putting the skinnies back on because we think now that we have a little practice, we can do an entire sprayer in 15 minutes. And it doesn't just do sprayer tires. We can also do tractor tires with it. It can actually do these LSW 1400s, which are the largest ag tire in the world. So when it comes to tractors and grain carts, backhoes, anything with a big tire on it, perfect fit. The tire grabber's link is down in the description if you would like to check them out. I'm not speechless like this often. I am legitimately super impressed. Next up on our tasks for today, we have a semi that we need to fill with corn. Filling up corn is really nice because out of the overhead, it only takes about 4.5 minutes. And when I'm talking about an overhead, I'm talking about that bin. We call it the overhead bin because, well, it's overhead. For context, this conveyor auger takes about 15 minutes to fill a semi, and this is a relatively fast unloading setup as far as augers go, and that's a third of it, so that's really fast. 5 minutes later, in and out. Why does my dad always do this? He just likes walking around on top of semi-trailers. He has done that since I was a little boy, and it scared me when I was little, and it still makes me nervous now. We ate lunch with Darcy and Steve, and then I ended up talking to them for a couple hours, and then I gave them a tour of the farm. So it is now well into the afternoon, and it is time for Roman and I to go to arm wrestling practice. Hey Roman, what is your plan for today's practice?
I want to pin Van at least once left-handed. And the only chance I have is on the go, because he's way too strong to do it slow.
Ready, go!
And once we put the strap, there is no way of pinning him too.
Go!
So we're trying to climb on each other. I got the top this time. Okay, I can go home now.
So when it comes to me arm wrestling, my left hand and right hand are two completely different things. My left hand is my dominant hand, but this movement is really weak for me with my left hand, so I'm trying to work on this. But with my right hand, that's my strongest movement. My weakest one is this, and then keeping my hand held up. It wants to dip down. So
Connection.
I usually pull with Spencer here, and well, he's a little bit bigger than me. He's really strong. He's got really big hands, so he provides a lot of challenge. He can absolutely mop the floor with me, so he's doing a lot of sparring work, I guess you could say. So he lets me get into positions, and then he stops me, and then he moves me to the other side of the table. And so we do a lot of going back and forth. So it's a little bit different than pulling an actual opponent that would be more, let's say, my level. But it's the practice that we have, so it's the practice that we're gonna do. And then if I need to give Spencer some work, then I can always just throw a second hand up if I need to. Trying to get high, attack his fingers, roll through.
charcoal stuck.
Sit there all day.
Oh, nice.
And then next up we have the weakest opponent here. Me
Big Ben.
versus Ben. This is mostly who Roman pulls with.
Definitely Big Ben's wrist taking some damage.
I'm gonna wear him out soon.
Yeah. Nice height.
You know when you do something for a really long time and you can't move anymore?
That's how we feel right now.
Any effort
I'll wear
is
him out
useless.
eventually.
Bleed him out. Bleed him out.
Yep. Try to get him in the deep water.
There you go. Nice height, yeah.
Can't get much higher.
I can get higher. Yeah, look at that.
The soft slip to end it all.
Right now, you guys are probably wondering, hey, Daddy Cornstar, what do you think of all this different high-tech safety equipment and stuff that's been coming on the farm? You know, what do you think of it? Well, one thing that's nice, over the years, I know me and my dad and stuff, we made some stuff to raise up different equipment, to change tires and stuff. Sometimes it was pretty sketchy, and if you ever had anything fall off of something you thought was strong, kind of scares you. And I remember one time we had it was a grinder mixer up on some blocks and stuff, and my dad was underneath on it working, changing a gearbox underneath, and everything looked safe, and all at once the unit fell off, and it pinched him by his ear to the ground, and he was stuck until my uncle raised the grinder mixer back off to get it off his ear. And I remember his ear got pretty swollen, but luckily everything was okay. But nowadays, you know, the equipment's getting bigger, it's getting heavier, and needs a lot stronger stuff to raise it and make it safe for changing tires. So the stuff you guys are looking at today, I'm really glad we got it. And talking to Cole and Cooper, they were amazed how fast they could change tires. I was filling semis this morning with corn and beans. I did not get to see all that, but I'll be watching the videos like you guys to check it out.
Practice is now over. My hands are definitely feeling it, but before we go home, we need to go save some money at Menards. While I was in town, Roman asked if I could pick up a couple sheets of plywood for him, so I got 2 3/8 pieces, and this was $48. It is now the next day. Arm wrestling practice got me yesterday. I am extremely sore through the top of my arms. It actually kind of hurts to straighten my arms out today. First things first, this morning I have a meeting with the truss designers for my house. They have a couple questions and some final clarifications that need to be done, so that way they can be getting us the final blueprints, so that way we can resume our construction. Well, in our original design, yeah, I had a door out there. I just got back from the truss meeting. It went super well, and we are now ready to move forward. We got a couple things going on in the shop today. Jordan, our Hagee mechanic, is here. He is doing a little bit of work on both of our sprayers. This one in particular, he's putting a new seal kit on this seal, and it appears this pen is giving him a hard time on the getting it out. And then over here we have the big excitement. We have the one and only Scott Sloan.
Buenos dias.
Oh, buenos dias. So what are you doing here today, Scott?
Well, I don't know. I kind of, these things showed up on my trailer, and I thought, who could use 8 of our 870/38 OptiTracks? Who could use that? And I thought to myself, you know, I know a lot of people, and well, of course, you guys came to my mind. I said, hey, they got that new tractor. Maybe we slap some new shoes on that bad boy. What do you think?
Ladies and gentlemen, I have good news. We got our Challenger tractor back. This is all fixed up and ready to rock and roll now. And Scott from Titan Tire is here today delivering the new tires that are going to be going on it. All of these tires are the same, and they are Goodyears, which are made by Titan, and these are the OptiTrax. Got Cooper coming along here with the tire grabber. I should probably get out of this tire.
We can do that about 5%.
So if you're anything like me, people would always say, oh yeah, I got 870 R38s on my tractor. And I was like, I don't know what that means. So what this is a code. And the first one is how wide the tire is. So this is 800 millimeters. So from tread to tread, 800 millimeters, it's like 30.5 inches if you converted it to inches. Divide that by 24.5 and it'll tell you how many inches it is. And then this 70 number is a ratio. So from top of tread to right here, so the sidewall height is 70% of this number. And then the R38 signifies the rim is 38 inches. So I like how you guys have metric and inches all in one.
I've always said that the tire is just very screwed up. We just make it more complicated than it needs to be, right? But it is what it is, and made a pretty good living at it.
Oh boy, this could be trouble. I honestly don't know if Scott's ever ran a skid loader before. I'm pretty confident he's never ran a tire grabber before for sure. Oh boy. Oh, good, good. Have you ever ran a skid loader before?
A couple times. Did it look like? I felt good. I felt I nailed it. Give me 2 hours in that thing, and I could tie your shoe with it.
Now we have the fun stuff. I gotta go pay land taxes. Look at this. This is my receipts. Oh boy. I'm laughing because I'm happy, but it's also, that was a big check. Hey, what's new?
Hey, we got a fridge.
Last night, my parents' fridge decided that it was going to die. Incredibly enough, my parents were able to find one that looks almost identical to theirs at a scratch and dent store. This is the scratch and dent that is on it, and that was $1,000 of savings. All right, Neva, let's see those muscles.
I don't have one.
No, let's see them. Let's see them.
3 or 4 times, and the second you get a load on.
Yeah.
Fridge is looking heavy. Good luck, guys.
Hey, Roman!
Oh,
Roman!
what?
I need help over here on this side. No,
How?
you go around.
I cannot get there. It's
Just
blocked.
come over.
Yeah.
Over.
Over the fridge?
Over the fridge.
It's clean on top now.
I-
It won't even get dusty.
I'm past my climbing age now.
There you go. Come on,
There we
Roman.
go. Oh my god. He dusted the fridge.
Oh, and peed on the floor.
That's alright. Edward already flooded the floor.
Into the
Oh no, it's going into the cracks.
Is it windy? So it doesn't. You got it?
Let's go put it upstairs. Here you go, Dad. Just pull harder.
Amazing how tough that stuff is.
All right, Dad. I need you to read this for me. How you think they meant this to be read?
Do not remove this label. This label is to be removed by a customer only. By the customer only. That'd be us.
No, I think they wanted it to be more aggressive than that.
Do not remove this label!
Hey, Cooper and Roman, can you solve this interpretation for us, please?
This label to be removed by the customer only.
Do not remove this label.
They have 3 exclamation points. They're screaming it at you.
Do not remove
What did this one measure?
this label.
Greater, Roman.
Oh.
You scratched our...
Hurry, it's dripping water.
That's what I like. Get the crew ready and have them Do it.
While I was off paying land taxes, Cooper and Zach brought both the 340 and the 24-row planter down here to the main heated shop. This is basically ready to go, but there's one thing that Cooper wants to do to the planter. I don't know if this is going to be done or not, but Cooper has talked about taking the markers off of our planter. We have GPS on the tractor, so we don't use the markers anymore. But Cooper is trying to remove from right here to, I believe, right here. So that way you can get about 18 inches closer to the edge of the field. Because right now, these stick out a little ways, and then they can bump stuff like a telephone pole or something. So that's why he would like to take them off. But he has to make some sort of bracket up here where he would put weights on top of this, because these probably weigh 1,200 pounds if I had to imagine. So I'll have to figure out a way to put 1,200 pounds weight on this side. I'll have to figure out how to do the same thing on the other side. So to me, the juice isn't really worth the squeeze, but they got this all power washed up and pulled up here because I think he wants to try to get rid of those. Soybean hauling is starting to wrap up for us, so we are now starting to get to the bottom of our bends, which means we are doing clean outs. We are currently over at Kristen and Rusty's. We are pulling out of the bin on the left side right now. There should be just a little bit left in that one. Once we get that one cleaned out, then we're gonna be jumping over to the right one. Soybean dust can be pretty nasty if you're not careful with it, so we're gonna be masking up with our P100. This next bin stopped running out of the middle, so Cooper is going to climb up on the inside. He's going to bring a shovel in there, and he's going to scoop right off the top of the door, so that way we can get the top of the door open. Then once we can do that, then we'll be able to stick the grain vac inside.
What do I have to step on, man? There.
I'm pretty sure I stepped in some rotten beans. Do a little check-in with Ron the bulldozer guy here. He is redoing the main waterway in the field behind my house. This is pretty much the halfway point of the waterway that he's working on. He's got all the way from here up to the building site to go yet. I'm amazed at how quiet this dozer is.
Yeah, it's so quiet. It's hard to tell if you hear it running, I mean, compared to the other one.
I apologize, there's been a little confusion lately. This last summer, our trucker Ronnie passed away, and a lot of you thought that Ronnie and Ron, the bulldozer guy, were the same person. They are not the same person. Ron is alive and doing very well, but yeah, we miss Ronnie, not gonna lie. Ron, the bulldozer guy, already has one waterway fully completed, so this one's ready to be smoothed out and then replanted. And when we're doing that, we're also gonna have to remember to come out here with the skid loader or maybe even the telehandler. We have 2 rocks that are about this size that he exposed, and then we found 2 more that are about twice as big as this rock. Back to hauling our soybeans. Over at Kristen and Rusty's, we can only fill over there when it's nice conditions because the driveway gets pretty muddy, so we've also been hauling out of here, and we are now at the bottom of this bend, and we're starting to run into a couple problems. Problem number 1, we have a hole right here, and our auger, that's why we have this big pile of beans right here, so something went through there that caused some damage. Whoa, that is literally paper thin. Wow, I can rip that. Holy cow. Look at this, Dad. Huh.
Maybe that whole tube.
That literally is like paper thin. Incredible. This is the flighting of the auger. That is all that is left of it. Holy cow. Not the flighting, the tube.
Yeah, I'm trying to feel the flighting though. Stick your hand up in there. Yeah, but when you feel right there too, that flighting feels like shot.
Ooh.
If you can get your finger up around that edge, it'd be.
Oh, ow, 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 yeah. That is almost unbelievable. I've never seen it do that before. We are also running into another issue on this bend. We keep burning these belts off for whatever reason, even when we have nothing inside of that auger. So we're kind of thinking that on the inside, on the center sump, that a bearing went out in there, but we still have grain in here, so we're not gonna be able to open that up right now. So what we're gonna have to do is get the grain vac that's over at Kristen and Rusty's once we get done over there, and then we're gonna have to bring that over here and then finish sucking this bin out, so that way we can get the center exposed, and then hopefully we can fix the problem, and then we'll probably end up fixing this at that same time. And after sticking my hand up in there, I almost imagine we are going to need to get a new auger inside of there as well. We put this bin up in 2013, and this is the first time we've ever had to do anything to it. In the last 11 seasons or so, we probably ran a little bit more than 300,000 bushels through this, which honestly, I feel like an auger is supposed to last longer than that, but maybe that's their life. I don't know. This is a first for me. The first time I've ever had to replace an auger on something that we put up new. Another load of corn going out. I have another load of seed coming here in a moment, and I need to get the telehandler out. The seed is not here yet, so I am going to go load some corn. Slight change of plans. My dad is going to unload the seed, and I need to run into the store quick. Ah, my old arch nemesis, the plumbing aisle. It's official. I think Menards should change their name to We $120 You to Death, because every time I come in here, it's at least $120. And honestly, it's not like I even got a lot. I literally, if I can get this bag open, come on. I got a couple light switches, light switch box, and this drywall corner tape stuff. Oh, I ended up making it home. We had a super awesome day today, but I am tired, I am hungry, and honestly, I'm kind of cold right now. So we are going to be calling it here. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.